Greetings and welcome to Week 4 of GIS 4630, Public Domain Data for GIS. Joseph Kursky here with you to talk about what we will do in Week 4. Now in Week 4, it's one of my favorite weeks because we start getting into the fee versus free issue, cost and access of spatial data. What is the true cost of spatial data? And how can the cost of spatial data acquisition and maintenance be measured? You will also think more deeply about and work with local geospatial data sources. For example, the City of Boulder's Open Data GIS catalog. So this week you'll be reflecting on your readings and the short activity that I will describe in a moment. Please read Chapter 4 in your textbook, which will provide context and information about the true cost of data and local access issues. Please read the document I placed on our course entitled How to Use Spatial Data if you haven't already. It's a PowerPoint presentation that I created so you can have sort of a one-stop shop, although it's not the end-all be-all, that explains what some of the large spatial data sets are federal government-wise, how they can be accessed, and how they can be used inside ArcGIS, and by extension any GIS. I hope you will find it useful for this course and beyond, but recognize that it only covers a small subset of spatial data, and also data portals and some procedures are dynamic and therefore can and will change over time. Third, please access data from the City of Boulder's site and use it in ArcGIS. We're going to go to the bouldercolorado.gov's Open Data site. It's a wonderful site. It's a great example for a lot of municipalities because the City of Boulder has gone to great lengths of serving their data in an understandable format and also a useful format for GIS data users. So what you're going to do is you're going to download 5 layers, and you're going to download the shapefile format for each. Building footprints, city floodplain, lakes, ponds, creeks, and ditches, or hydrology, main roads, not the street center lines, that's too much detail for our purposes here, but just main roads, and land use. Now you're going to unzip those layers, you're going to examine the projection, the completeness of the attributes, and so on and so forth. And then you're going to answer a few questions that I'll pose in a moment. I want you to think about in this week, what is your position on fee versus free? I want you to describe the City of Boulder data that you're downloading. You might have time, I hope you will have time at some point, to look at some other city GIS sites and assess and compare them or their sites versus Boulder. Are they easier to use? Are they more difficult to use? Do they even provide the data? Do you have to pay for it? Are there restrictions on its use and so on? And I want you to think about the layer themes that you downloaded from Boulder, the restrictions on the data, if any. So you're going to read the disclaimer document that accompanies the files you downloaded. And then you're going to look at the pattern of the floodplain for Boulder, which is the basic reason why you're downloading that data, is to assess what percentage of the buildings in Boulder are in the floodplain. And so that's basically what you're going to be doing for this week in our course. You're going to be working on the Kenya T activity throughout this week and the following week. So I encourage you to dig into that, enjoy, think about what you're doing at each step of the way, and we'll see you online. Thanks.